Hi, how you doing? My name is Miguel McQueen. Today I'm going to be doing a book review on the Screwtape Letters by C.S. Lewis. Here's the book. I rented it from the library. There's absolutely no cover. I'm sorry, but I can show you that inside the book it does say Screwtape Letters by C.S. Lewis. Kind of summarize, give the main ideas of the book, and then give my own kind of personal opinion on how it affected me in my own Christian walk in my own life. So yeah, let's get started, shall we? So the Screwtape Letters by C.S. Lewis is a book that I believe everybody should read or glean some sort of understanding from. The main idea I think the book presents is that the war between the enemy and of your soul and yourself is in your mind. Basically, to summarize the story, we have a guy, British guy, he's named the Patient, but we have Screwtape, who is higher up, I'd say, in the demon chain of command, and we have one of the lower level demons, one of the newer demons that are trying to, kind of like this new on the job, he's kind of like an apprentice kind of thing, learning how to manipulate people to turn away from the enemy, which in essence is God himself. So what we have is Screwtape sending Wormwood, who is the apprentice demon, a series of letters explaining how to deal with the patient, how to cut off the patient's walk with Christ, insert certain things that will offend the patient, cause the patient to question, if God is really real or not, or is this all fallacy. So I like that it's kind of like a backwards perspective that C.S. Lewis takes on it, how they would approach a human and how they would approach the situation, really showing us what tools he uses, what tools Satan uses against us to stir us from Christ. I think the book really is helpful for me mentally to be aware of some of the mistakes that I'm making in my own personal life. I like two main points that really stick out to me really are the fact that Screwtape and Wormwood really are targeting the patient's knowledge, like what he reads, what he experiences every day, what he questions. That personally is impacted me because, going to college, there are a lot of academic influences. There's a lot of knowledge and information that's available, and it's really hard to filter what is going to grow me in my faith with Christ and what is actually going to tear me away. If we don't have that discernment, we are then vulnerable and exposed to any type of influence. And most of the time, the influences that are in the world are going to turn us away from Christ and turn us away from the walk with Christ. The second thing was about how we interact with others. That really impacted me. There are things coming our way that we have no control of. How are we going to handle that? Are we going to choose to forgive? Are we going to choose to love? Or are we going to give in to the lies and deceit and just focus the inner channel on ourselves? There is one quote that he says in the book that I find that I can relate to. He says, "All extremes except extreme devotion to the enemy are to be encouraged." The enemy in this case is God. Really, because every extreme that we go to is going to distract us from extreme devotion to God. Whether we are extremely involved in academics, whether we are extremely involved in our hobbies, in a love interest, they're all going to distract us. And once we have extreme devotion to God, the enemy in this case, we will find a stability and foundation in our lives that demons cannot take hold of, and that Satan, the real enemy, cannot take hold of and take us away from. Yeah, I hope you like my report. I'm not a professional reporter yet. I hope to be one day. But yeah, give me a like, share, comment, tell me what you think.